detox my system right before I let you go. I heard crime up bitch and she pay me a visit, little nigga just go chase a check. I stay to myself, isolated, little nigga play crazy, we buck at your neck.
Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL, and we are back with one of the most popular series on this channel, our 15 strongest heroes in Mobile Legends, man. And yeah, it's been a while since we've done this series, but I wanted to do it because a lot of people have been asking and been requesting for it, as well as other types of content, which I've been trying to do a variety of content a little bit more frequently now. As you all have noticed, we've also brought back the band series that you all enjoy so much. So yeah, we're back with the 15 strongest heroes. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also write your list down below. Who is your 15 strongest heroes in Mobile Legends? So basically, the way that this is going to go is I'm going to let you all know some of my favorite heroes to use, and I'm going to explain to you all why I like to use those heroes and in what situations. That way you can see why these heroes are so powerful. And then some of the heroes are just going to be some really good heroes that you can use to carry games. But yeah, aside from that, like I said, comment down below your list. Make sure you drop the thumbs up. Let's see if we can get this video to 2,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for more Mobile Legends content. And yeah, let's jump straight into it. So starting out, the first hero we're going to talk about is Saber. Saber is my all-time favorite hero in this meta right now. And the reason being is because he's capable of countering so many powerful heroes. He's capable of destroying so many strong heroes. And Ling being one of them. Anytime I see a Ling get chosen on an enemy team, I usually go Saber, because Saber is going to shut down Ling like 9 out of 10 times. Saber is shutting down Ling. And I mean, the only way to really stop Saber from shutting Ling down is if Ling has a good team who tries to disrupt you, or they get in the way and they and you don't position well with Saber and your ult hits somebody that is not supposed to. Other than that, like, there's nothing that Ling can do against Saber. So yeah, that's why he's one of my favorites. And not just countering Ling, but any OP hero, like any hero that's a threat, like Farsa. Farsa can sometimes be annoying as well. So Saber is capable of going, dashing in and destroying Farsa while she's ulting and just disrupting the whole team as well. So Saber is good at targeting any target that you need him to target, and that's exactly why I enjoy using him so much. So definitely had to throw him on this list. Next here, we have Chow. Now, the reason that I have him on this list is because I don't like playing tanks. So I know that I watch a lot of Insection. A lot of you all like my Insection reactions, and then you all have seen me play him damage. But when I use Chow, I mainly use him as a tank, because he's a very powerful tank as well, and that's one thing that people don't know. And then he's a fun tank. So he's hard to take down. He's harder to take down than a lot of actual just full-on tanks. And then he brings more value. Like, if you kick somebody, that's almost a guaranteed kill every single time if you're kicking the right people. So yeah, using him as a tank, it doesn't really feel like you're playing tank, but you're tanky enough to be a tank. So it's enjoyable. And also, it kind of takes away the feeling of you tanking for bad randoms, because you literally can grab somebody, kick them to your teammate to the point where they would have to be completely useless to basically let this free kill get away. So Chow creates such an opportunity where even with a bad team, he can be a very valuable tank. So yeah, I have to use Chow when I go tank, because yeah, I don't use an actual tank, because then you'll really feel like you can't carry the game. You'll really feel like it's just like the whole vibe that you feel when you use a tank and your team's not very good, it just throws you off. But next we have Esmeralda. Esmeralda is who I like to use on the side lane, and the reason for this is because I feel like she's one of the most powerful. She's actually someone who can even counter Uranus, and I feel like that's what makes her so strong. Like that, she can literally snowball to the point where she can dominate just as much as anybody else in the game. Like just as much as your favorite mid laner, just as much as your favorite gold laner. Like she can really get to the point where she's so fed she can carry the game, and she can do this from the side lane. And obviously she's really good at winning her lane as well. Because of that shield, she can just keep throwing up, and she can keep getting that heal, those heals and stuff. Like she's really powerful for that reason. So yeah, Esmeralda is who I like to go when I'm going on the side lane. There's very few side laners capable of keeping up with her, and she does a great job on the side lane. Next, we have Farsa. Farsa is probably by far the best mid lane mage, especially if you're good at landing those shots. She can disrupt the enemy team so easily, and then if she like ults like unexpectedly and hits a squishy, she literally takes somebody out of commission with one shot. Like one shot, and from the ultimate, they're out of commission if they don't get killed. Like if she doesn't secure the kills, she's literally going to push them to the point where they can't fight in the team fight, or they're going to be one shot. So I think Farsa, getting caught off guard by a Farsa ult is one of the worst things in the world, and it's a pain to deal with. It's a pain trying to deal with Farsa. So having her as your mage in the game is definitely a pro. Me personally, I'm not very good with Farsa. That's one of the few heroes in Mobile Legends that I'm actually quite bad with. Well, not quite bad. I'm pretty bad. Like, let's be honest. But I mean, yeah, she's definitely powerful. So yeah, if you get good with Farsa, using her as mage, you're going to be very, very annoying for any team to deal with. It's very hard to win a game against a Farsa. Next, we have Roger. Roger is one of my all-time favorite heroes. He is capable of doing so much damage. He can farm so fast, and he can literally wipe a whole enemy team quite easily, as well as his first ability allowing him to like just turn into like, I don't know, dust or little, like, yeah, like basically he can just vanish and be dealing a whole bunch of damage to the team, to the enemy team, and I think that's huge. So Roger is definitely very powerful. He has a lot of mobility. And then he gets even tankier when he goes into his wolf form. So I think that he's been one of these heroes that's been good for a while, but he's also been slept on for a while. So people are starting to realize how good Roger is. So that's good to see Roger back in the meta. But yeah, Roger is definitely one of the strongest mid laners in the game. Next, we have Ling. Ling is still one of the best in the game. He's always going to be the best because he can just jump wall to wall, push towers, because you don't have to really fight all the time. I see most Ling players, if you watch certain players and watch certain pros and stuff like that, it makes you want to grab a hero and just get to going around killing. But in reality, it's all about pushing towers, and Ling is one of the best at pushing towers, split pushing. Like, he can literally distract the whole team, push a lane, and then make room for the enemy. Like, if 4 people go to one lane, Ling can instantly get to the mid lane, and then Ling can cover 2 lanes by himself almost, like, very, very easily. So if 4 of your teammates go to one lane and pressure all the enemies, Ling can literally dominate 2 lanes by himself, and you all can win just by pushing the game. Because yeah, I mean that's just how powerful of a hero Ling is, and his mobility is. So yeah, Ling. Next, we have Khaleed. Now, he is really one of the most annoying heroes to go against. It's not like he does a ton of damage and he can really, really kill. He has a stun and stuff like that as well. But the one thing that's most annoying when it comes to him is his survivability. He can literally sit here and use his second ability and he'll gain so much health back. And then if he's tanky on top of that, like, he's almost like having a second tank. He's almost like having a second tank, but he does a ton of damage as well. And then he has a stun or like a huge escape. So it's like Khaleed is so powerful because he brings so much to a fight. It's like he's one of those heroes where it's like you might just want to ban him so you don't have to deal with all the amount of time that he can buy, because you know, if you play Mobile Legends a lot, every second counts. Khaleed is one of those heroes that can buy a team like 10, 15, 20 seconds without going down. Like, he can get attacked he can literally get attacked by the whole enemy team. Depending on how fed he is and how good he is, he can get attacked by the whole enemy team by himself for like a good 20 seconds, 15, 20 seconds. And that's enough time for someone to die early on in a team fight and then come back to life. Like, he can literally just buy time. He is so tanky, and that can be game changing. That by itself can be game changing. So yeah, he's definitely one of the strongest in the game right now, in my opinion. Next, we have Hilda. Hilda is one of the strongest tanks in the game, but it's a different type of tank. So one thing that I am enjoying from the Mobile Legends community is people are starting to think different. We have different types of tanks. We have initiators, we have harassing tanks, we have like setup tanks. Like, there's so many different ways people are starting to use tanks, and I'm enjoying seeing people being creative when it comes to tanking in Mobile Legends. Because for so long, all people did was have one tank stand in front and maybe stand in a bush somewhere, and that's it. Now you have different types of tanks, and different types of tanks work with different types of team comps. And I'm loving the fact that we're getting to the level where there's multiple different types of team comps, multiple different types of strategies. So yeah, I've always been a fan of this. I've been talking about this for 4 years now. So now that it's finally coming to Mobile Legends, I am very excited to see this. But yeah, Hilda is one of those tanks where you literally can harass the enemies. You can harass their buffs. You just go and just go run from bush to bush, just jumping on people, harassing them, forcing them to not be able to take their buff and things like that. Literally, Hilda can just run from bushes early game, jump around, and really catch a lot of people off guard. So I think that the way that you play her by basically zoning and delaying the enemies. You delay people. You delay them from being able to farm. You force them to be underfed basically, and that also gives your team time to farm. So I like the way people are playing Hilda right now for sure. Next, we have Uranus. Uranus is always going to be one of the top side laners because of how powerful he is. He has that shield, and then he clears waves so fast. He can actually clear a wave really quickly, and then he's super tanky as well. And he heals. He heal. He gets to the point where he starts healing, and he's hard to take down. He's almost as hard to take down as Esmeralda. I don't know. It's kind of a tied type of thing. I've seen Uranus destroy Esmeraldas, and I've also seen Esmeraldas destroy him. So it's kind of hard. I feel like this is really one of those heroes where it comes down to the player, how you're playing, the decisions that you make, the position that you put yourself in. I think that he's definitely at the top of the side lane as well as Esmeralda. I think these are two of the strongest side laners. So and then his abilities just allow him to be a nuisance, an annoyance. Like when he's actually in team fights, he does deal a good amount of damage, and it's still hard to damage him. So I feel like it's almost like having two tanks when you have him on your team. Well, he was at one point categorized as a tank. I don't know if he still is, but yeah. Next, we have Sicilian. Sicilian is definitely one of the most annoying mages to have on a team. Like the way he can grab a group of people, like if he grabs the right target using his abilities, and then he does a ton of damage, like he literally does a ton of damage himself, but just his crowd control is so annoying. You have to really watch where you step. He's one of the most dangerous if you're a really good player. I do like going against him. I prefer going against him over a hero like Farsa though, to be completely honest with you, because he actually has to be good enough to aim his skills and grab the right people at the right time. Farsa, her range is so freaking long. She can hit most people. Like it's just unfair her. But Sicilian, I would rather go against him. But if you're really good with Sicilian, you actually master him, having him as your mage, it's game changing as well. So yeah, definitely have those Sicilian on here. Next, we have Yuzong. Yuzong is one of the older side laners. Well, not older. At this point, he's kind of old. It's crazy how quickly Mobile Legends releases heroes, but he's still very powerful. He's had some changes to him done to him, but he's still super powerful. He can still carry a game and wipe out a full team by himself. It's all about how you play it, the setups and classes and builds and stuff that you're using, and I think that's what makes him kind of strong. Like once you master him and perfect him, and you really learn how you should be positioning with him and how you should play him, he's one of those side laners where he can hold his own against anyone. Like he is one of the few who can hold his own against Esmeralda and Uranus, and even Khaleed. Like these like four heroes, it depends on how good you as a player actually is. It depends on your skill level. Like you determine how valuable you're going to be throughout a game. Certain heroes are just so powerful where if you use them, the game is just like, it's just going to be a difficult game no matter what, because the hero is so strong. Yuzong used to be like that when he first came out. I think at this point he's as good as the player. So yeah, I have to throw him on this list. Next, we have Baratz. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not sure. I've actually never heard his name. But yeah, we have him. He's one of the newer heroes that's been released. I have not played against him much. Like he's auto banned all the time. I haven't played against him much. I have seen some of the things that he can do. I know people can absorb people, throw him to the team, throw him against walls and all type of stuff. And I think that someone who's capable of doing that, I was told that he was one of the few heroes who can play every single role almost. He can literally, you can use him on the side lane, you can use him as your tank, and he's good at pretty much all the roles in the game. So a hero that flexible and you can do that much with, I think that it's kind of a given that he's going to be one of the strongest in the game. So yeah, I mean, he's a really good hero. From what I've seen, when I actually do get to see him play, he is always useful. I just don't really fully understand what's going on because I have not dove too deep into what this hero actually does. I do know that he's annoying. I can see him absorb people and spit them out and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty dope. But next we have Brody. Brody does an insane amount of damage, and I've seen certain players capable of not just destroying with him, but like being able to survive with him, because I think that that's one of the biggest things that I didn't enjoy about him. I think that his range it's not, I don't want to say it's too small, because he has damn near infinite range when you start off your basic attack and you're holding it, but I feel like he doesn't have enough mobility with all these high mobility heroes. Like, you got people like Ling who can dive you and stuff like that. I think Brody has to be babysat a little bit more. Like, he's almost like a Layla to me, like a better Layla though, in my opinion. So yeah, let me know what you all think about that. And I also think Layla's a little bit better than she used to be, but that's just a random side note. But yeah, Brody, I think Brody does an insane amount of damage. If you can get to the point where he has a decent build on him, he's one of the most terrifying heroes to go up against, because he'll destroy a whole team. But next we have Selena. Selena is one of the strongest mages in the game and one of the best supports to have, because if you can land those stuns, it's 100% based around the player. If you're landing these stuns, if you're hitting the right targets at the right time, there's really nothing that a team can do to stop you. Like, as long as you're landing shots, you're harassing people, you can literally slowly pinch down and take people's health. And if you in the right position, you can literally dive somebody and kill them in seconds. And she's one of those heroes where if you're really good with them, she's game changing as well. She's very, very game changing. So I had to throw Selena on this list because she can really change the tide of a whole game if you're like, if you never miss any of your stuns, like let's just say you hit everything, it's almost a guaranteed loss for the enemies. Like, with a Selena out here landing every single stun she throws and having those little abilities and wards and stuff in the right bushes at the right times, like it's impossible to lose that. But last but not least, we have hellcat. I think hellcat is always going to be one of those game-changing heroes, because he can always silence. Oh snap! He can always silence the enemies, but as well as that, he can also make the whole map dark, which kind of disorients the enemy team. And I think that a lot of people take for granted how powerful that is. Like, making the map so dark that no one on the enemy team knows what's going on. That's huge. It gives you the opportunity to make a few plays. It creates opportunities. And I think a lot of people don't understand how valuable that is in a game. So yeah, those opportunities he creates, the ability to make it go dark. You don't know if he's attacking, you don't know if he's taking a tower, but he can use his ultimate, take towers, push a lane, or he can use his ultimate and attack one of the most valuable targets on your team. Like, he's one of those ones who can wipe out a Farsa or catch a Ling at his buff, or you never really know. Like, when you see a hellcat ultimate get hit, everybody on the whole map on the enemy team is kind of worried. Like, oh, is he coming for me? Like, everybody is kind of worried except for the tank. Like, the tanks don't care, but all the damage dealers, they're like, I gotta look out. Hopefully it's not me he's coming after. But yeah, there we go, man. That's pretty much it. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'm gonna catch you all on the next one, homies. Peace out, y'all.